be stranded if you stick around. That's really something.
Ah, there we go. Roxy music there. Alan Brazil has been here this afternoon giving us some great anecdotes from his playing career and his broadcasting career. And
I was just hearing a bit about his singing career as
but
well.
you're on a lot every morning, aren't you? I mean, you do, is it 4 hours? How do you find 4 hours? 6 o'clock you start. 4 hours to talk. And you don't do any prep, do you?
Oh, that's outrageous. But correct. But correct. I'm a bit of a speed reader.
And I've seen...
I can pick a paper up.
You're armed with a can of Red Bull and a big bag of crisps, which is the sort of thing when I was on TalkSport they frowned upon, having that in the studio. But that's just the way you roll, isn't it? You get a red top, you read the back pages, and you're off.
Yeah, I like to grab 2 or 3 and look, within 2 minutes, you know what's important, what isn't.
Yeah.
Plus, before you go to bed, I do have a little look and sometimes what's happening and in the world of sport, not just football. That's the thing. We don't just do football.
No, you do all sports.
Horse racing, the lot. I just keep myself up to speed.
Are you a horse race? Are you an owner? A horse owner?
I was an owner. At the moment, I'm not. My wife put a stop to that.
Okay.
But I did love it because Ipswich is so close to Newmarket. I mentioned the story there, we met Brian Ferry, but yeah. I grew up as a kid going to Newmarket, the Craven meeting, which is in a few weeks' time, meeting Robert Sangster, meeting
the greats.
Charles St George, who was big Lloyds of London, who bailed Leicester out of the jail when Leicester was in jail, and the way they lived was just, I want some of this, I need some of this.
Yeah.
With the wine and the lunches before racing. The glory when you have a winner, I thought, I want this, I need this. I did. It was fantastic.
But what I want to know is, you finish work at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then it's like you must have jet lag.
Why?
Because everyone else is you've been up since 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you're normally peaking, lunchtime is your equivalent of after work?
I peak normally about 10:22. Goodman's Steakhouse, Old Jury. Well, your adrenaline's pumping. I'm not going to go to bed, am I?
But what do you do after the show?
Go to the pub.
But at 10 o'clock?
Well, by the time I get there, 10:22. Yeah. The 10:22 for me is like 12:22, isn't it?
I've just got to say this, because if there are a lot of people listening to the show for the music or, we know stuff. Yeah. He's very funny. But if you've never listened to TalkSport, Alan's show is brilliant. It's absolutely, it's a sort of show. I mean, it is a sports show. But I think the biggest tribute I could pay you is, I know people who don't like sport who love listening to you. My girlfriend's sister, the first time I said, I'm going on TalkSport, she said, with Alan Brazil? I said, yes. She said, can you get Charlie, that's her sister, Alan's autograph? I said, what she doesn't listen to TalkSport. She goes, no, but she loves it. She listens to him all the time.
I think what's important at my show is the 16th year, 4 hours.
Yeah.
I think what's very important, it can't be all regimented. You've got to have banter. I've got some great guests now, and I mean wonderful guests, and you've got to be able to talk and have a laugh as well as get the serious stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
And one thing I've got to be careful is, I love having a laugh, but sometimes you throw to the news on the half hour and the hour, and there could be a real nasty lead story. So eventually you grow into that, and you know that, but you can't take away the banter. Yeah, that's why I've enjoyed today so much.
You've got to be careful. Well, the reason I wanted you to come on was I didn't know you were a big music fan. And Steve,
I've been all around the world. When I went to Australia, I was watching Ice House in a pub. In excess, Midnight Oil, you know what I mean? Cold Chisel, Jimmy Barnes, a Glasgow boy.
Will you come back another time and play some more music?
Well, if you get some beers in, I will.
Okay.
And what we're going out with?
We'll definitely get some bits. Listen, this has been brilliant. Alan Brazil.
Yeah. Well done, Alan. Brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
James, thanks to Steve for bringing Alan down. Dave and James as ever. And I'm going to end on this song. It's nothing to do with Alan, but it's the anniversary of my mum's death today, and which means it only comes round every 4 years. And which is strange, very weird. And so this was her favourite singer. This was Neil Diamond. And do tell your friends and make sure you share the show if you're listening to it later on Mixcloud. This has been James Brown for TalkSport. No, this has been Alan Brazil on Soho Radio. See you later.
Cheers.
Where it began, I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing strong.